Peace, fam. Just want to touch base with you real quick. Yesterday I had to attend a funeral service for one of my longtime friends out of my neighborhood. And, every time I go to funerals, I'm someone that spends that time deeply reflecting not only of the life of the person that we are in attendance for, but I always think about my life. Number one, what my funeral would look like, or who would show up and how would people feel about my life as I lived it. But most importantly, what legacy will I have left behind? And so I got in a conversation with my sister, Zaza, my brother Dune, and we were talking about that, like, how important it is that after you have left this earth, transcended on, what will you leave behind? And a lot of times people think it's monetary. They think about, generational wealth and the physical things that you would leave behind. But what else could you leave behind to let the world know you were here? 100 years from now, will people know you were here? And how will you have an impact because you existed? And that's something I always heavily think about, and is the reason why I've taken the position with emotional intelligence. It's the reason why I authored a few books, because one thing I know is that long after I'm gone, people will have an opportunity to know that I existed, what I stood for, and the movement I created, because the book will always be available. Some of the books you read right now was authored back in the 30s and the 20s, before you were born, in the 40s and the 50s, and they still have relevant content for today. And I think that's really why I put my thoughts into a book, so that 75 years from now, 100 years from now, a small child could pick up that book. A young man or young woman could pick up the book and maybe going through something emotionally and understand how we handled ourselves in today's time. So my question to you is, when you think about, life after death, literally, or you think about passing on, what will you leave behind? I always ask myself, is the life that I'm living today, when it's no longer, when my heart beats no more, will I have really served a purpose? Will I have made an impact? Will other people's lives be better because I existed? What's some of the thoughts you have when you attend a loved one's funeral? I know the obvious, we're sad about the loss, but does it make you reflect back on your life and what you stand for? Let me know in the comments.